You've been all over the place, and we were talking backstage about how, yes, you've been to Europe, won a humanitarian award for your
Thank you.
work with online safety for parents and children.
Well, you must have gone from Paris straight to New York. I said, no, I need to see my babies. So when around that same time, so we were nesting and healing and also years create community, which was always so important to both of us in our new environment. And Netflix really creating projects that we felt were compelling. Loved being able to business here. And I think it was probably most people's assumption that if I was going to go into business, it would be fashion or beauty. But those fight in sweats like the rest of us, especially during COVID or just barefoot at home.
Watched this Fortune magazine interview, and I know I'm a bit late to the party of reacting to them, but I was holidaying. But then I was like, okay, God, I have to probably go through this in just 20 minutes. So I could manage it, but catching on to her parts. So a couple of things I observed instantly. First was basically the audience. Yeah, there was not much audience, honey. Yeah, let me show you. This was the size of the audience. Yeah, let's all hold on to our chairs, literally. Barely anyone. Okay, first of all, it's all women. And there are so many empty seats. Can you guys track this? Hence, it explains a lot about the fact that there was no audience sound. There was no laughing. There was no clapping except at the beginning and the end. There was no reaction. I really felt, I can understand though, because I felt the same way. I was blank. How 5 years back she was busy with being pregnant and having kids. Not really, honey. I have already debunked this in another video. In my opinion, the fact that at her wedding, no family members were there except celebrities, and the fact that she invited Oprah, all this was pre-planned, not when you landed in California, okay? The original plan, as per reports, was that, hey, you wanted to settle in Africa, you were very supportive. But first it was Canada, and then eventually you settled in LA. You wanted privacy, and you land in a city like California, which is basically paparazzi land. No business. What I'm baffled by is the whole interview is about businesswoman. I'm a businesswoman. She's a CEO, successful business. How do you launch a brand which is launched recently and you say that it is successful? It takes a couple of years. Why don't you show us inventory? I keep saying this, production numbers, how many items have been sold. Can you show us some stats, honey, for us to determine its success or not? Nothing. You don't find any number statistics anywhere. If you notice the Emma podcast and the Toddler Voice, Jamie Kern-Lima's podcast, and this one, the questions are all the same. Tell us about the business. Tell us about your social media. Tell us about the online trolls. Tell us about how you handle the criticism. Tell us how the last question is the most common. Financial independence, she talks about. And that's what you did. The Netflix deal, by the way, that you did, the first deal was, okay, we are going to sign a huge contract with you. You're going to give us the goodies about the royal family and trashing them. That was how you built. That was the only successful part of your Netflix deal, which is why it has come to an end. Okay, I'll be, by the way, deep coding the entire interview in parts, so look forward to that. She's a word salad queen, zero substance, said a lot, but at the same time didn't say anything.